A public library. And then here we are, a walkable downtown. Now, this is a college town. It's not as much as a factory town as I would like it to be, but it's got a lot of potential. We have got the opportunity in this country to go into communities that already have colleges, to go into communities that do not have colleges, to educate people beyond this social education that we've focused on for so long, but a science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics education. So yeah, there is going to be the humanities for sure. We need the humanities now more than ever. But this is about getting to the first principles of what got us here. You know, we didn't just arrive to this one day. I mean, look at this. This is a town that came out of nothing. There were just bare land, trees, fields. Like the thing that people don't understand is it was only a couple hundred years ago that people came together on this bare land. You know, I was walking on the trail and found out about the Albion College coming here and where they were originally going to build a church or something like that, a complex. I don't know what it was like back then, what they were actually building, but things changed. They moved it over here. It was a religious organization that became the college. And religion is coming up a lot right now, more and more as we get closer to AGI, because these people feel like they're creating God. They feel like, well, if we can do this, what created us? And things get a lot more weird. So I'm walking across the country talking to people and going through towns, not just to look and talk, but to find where we are going to build, to find the people that are going to be building. You look at all the municipalities, you look at all the school districts, and then you look at colleges. And we have far fewer colleges, higher education, than we do municipalities or school districts. We can build thousands of more micro factory college towns of 100 to 2,000 acres. And it's not going to disrupt areas. It's not going to destroy areas. When you build these data centers and massive factories, you look at the Ford factory on the map next to Marshall, Michigan, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's the size of a town. And this is a factory. And not that we won't have those kinds of factories, because there are benefits to some of these mega factories, to some of these mega campuses for AI data centers. But the reality is that we need to spread the abundance all around. We need to take this AI boom and bring people the abundance that exists with it. If it's only done in a few areas, then it's going to sacrifice the areas. Like, that's the thing. They become sacrificial zones because it disrupts the area so much. There's an absolute disruption in traffic. There's, the roads get worse from the construction trucks, the noise, the dust. There's all these things. So it's like, is there going to be that with our factory college towns? If we're building 100 to 2,000 acre factory college town, isn't there going to be the same type of thing? Yeah, there is. to an extent. But the thing that makes the difference is, instead of it just housing computers, it can house people. It can make lives better. It can actually improve happiness rather than simply making life about computers and the internet and money that Silicon Valley keeps striving for. You know, we see these elitist attitudes in so much of tech, when it would be so simple to house the million people that don't have housing. I just want people to come to the realization that if we talk more about this, if we open up our communities to development, but not oversized development purely for housing computers. I mean, it really is as simple as that. People don't like it. People hate the idea of all this water going just to computers. And, you know, what if it doesn't work out? What if all this money gets spent? Where do we go? Where do we fix that area when $1 billion has been spent and it outsizes all the other community members? I mean, think about that. You think about a small community, maybe there's 1,000 households. 1,000 households times $1 million is $1 billion. I mean, isn't that insane? I mean, 1,000 households. So if those 1,000 households don't have $1 million net worth, say you have 5,000 households at $200,000 net worths. How many people live in a household? So how many people are in that area? So let's assume at least 10,000 people. So a small town of 10,000 people can be completely overrun by a data center in a lot of America. I mean, isn't that wild? The only way we can do this is together. That money can be spread around to all communities around the country. There's going to be trillions of dollars spent. You know, it's estimated that like $7 trillion will be spent over the next 5-10 years on this AI infrastructure build out. So assume that the United States can get 1/7 of that. And JP Morgan already said that they're going to put together 1.5 trillion. So we have $1 trillion in just AI infrastructure build out. Now, if we divide that over 1,000 communities, that's $1 billion per community. And that can impact 20 surrounding areas. You know, one per 20 municipalities. That is what this comes down to. That's the math. We can spread this around. We can rebuild America during this AI infrastructure build out. Like, this is our time to rebuild America to be number one again. And then we really can help the world. Not go in with this war and stuff, but actually help humanity around the world. Feed, house, and self-actualize humanity.